Hello everyone! Today I'm going to share with you how I created my new brush set for Procreate, inspired by watercolor splashes and stains. It's a meticulous yet incredibly exciting process, and I'm thrilled to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how it all came together. So, the idea for this set came to me because I absolutely adore watercolor. It's such a vibrant medium, and every stroke brings its own magic with gradients, transitions, and those signature spots and textures. I wanted to capture all of this beauty in digital form while preserving the authentic feel of watercolor. My goal was to create a professional-grade set that would be perfect for artists and enthusiasts alike. To start, I gathered all the necessary materials. For this project, I used granulating watercolor paints. These are special paints that create a layering effect of pigment on paper. The result is incredibly natural and lively. It was also very important to choose high-quality paper with different textures. Cotton and cellulose papers, as well as various grain levels, to achieve a variety of textures and effects. This was one of the most exciting stages because every type of paper reacts to watercolor in its own unique way. I spent a lot of time experimenting with the amount of water and application techniques. To create transparent effects, I added more water, while for richer, more saturated effects, I used less. To achieve the splash effect, I tried some fun methods, flicking watercolor from different heights and adding drops of various sizes with a brush. This playful approach to materials was so inspiring and led me to discover new combinations and textures. Once I completed the painting process, it was time to bring the watercolor splashes into the digital world. For this, I digitized all my work using a professional-grade scanner with an incredibly high resolution, 1200 dpi. This allowed me to preserve even the tiniest details of the watercolor textures and colors. I'd even go as far as to say that nuances appear on the screen that you don't always notice with the naked eye. But simply scanning the work is only half the job. Next, to prepare the materials for use in Procreate, I opened all the scanned files in Photoshop and carefully cleaned up each image manually. This is a meticulous stage. I removed any extraneous noise, like tiny specks, paper edges, or uneven borders, which is especially important for a high-quality final product. I aimed to ensure that every splash and fill looked as polished and professional as possible. Once all the images were fully cleaned up, I transferred them to my iPad to start the process of creating brushes in Procreate. This is where the magic happens, transforming watercolor textures into digital tools. This part took some time as well because I wanted the brushes to be as convenient and versatile as possible for artists of all skill levels. In the end, I managed to create two types of brushes. The first is a set of 6 brushes with a watercolor splash effect. They help create very airy and dynamic visuals. The second type is a set of 48 stamp brushes, each of which features a unique watercolor texture. These brushes are particularly useful for adding accents or creating complex background elements. Even though the process was lengthy, it took several weeks to complete. I am absolutely delighted with the results. I now have a professional brush set that perfectly represents my vision of watercolor splashes. Using this set, you can recreate that alive feeling of working with real watercolor but in digital form. I hope that my work inspires you to create your own illustrations. The brush set is available on my website and Patreon. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more stories like this about creating digital tools, make sure to subscribe to my channel and leave a like. And if you have any questions or want to learn more about the process, feel free to write in the comments. I'll be happy to answer.